Hi guys, I'm back out again, this time Harwood Forest, and I'm out with the young fell wanderer. I can't say little because he's bigger than me now. And I'm back at the camp where I had the teepee. It's been about, was it 4 or 5 months, something like that, and I expect the damn thing not to be here. It looks like it's still standing and I'm absolutely thrilled it's still here. So what do you think of the situation?
Lovely.
Do you like my shelter?
It's a bit tall.
I could probably get the legs out a bit wider, but it's like it's not flat, and that's probably the reason why I didn't have it too wide to begin with. I think I'd rather have more living space and being a little bit lower, because I can basically stand up and I've got probably about 6 foot above us where it's wasted space basically. And my plan is, if I lower the apex, I could then have a stove in the centre, because the stove I've got, I think it's only got like an 8 foot chimney, so having it about 8 foot high would be ideal. You got anything to say?
Not really.
Lots to do, so we'll cut down on the waffling and we'll get on with settling in. Get out into a bit of wild camp. You know it makes sense. You know it makes sense. What do you think, Christopher? Does it make sense?
Absolutely.
Christopher's decided that bungees aren't going to hack it in that tight spot with a 3x3 metre top, and I kind of agree with him. I think the best idea is to have a ridge line and have his top in an A-frame configuration. Do you know what you're doing? Because I haven't got a clue.
I'm glad one of it does.
Are you doing a trucker's hitch? Where did you learn that?
I learned that years ago.
Who learnt you that one?
You?
Did I? I can't remember that. Hey, I must be good. Am I good, am I? I'm just chilling out. I'm watching Christopher do his. I'm not supervising him or anything like that. I'm watching him because I'm intrigued how much he's learned, and he's learned quite a bit. Not only from me, but probably from the cadets as well. We'll have a look at his setup.
Would that be with tent pegs?
No. Well, this is the thing. When you're in the forest, you've got to like make your own tent pegs. The old saying, the more you know, the less you have to bring with you into the forest. I didn't put tent pegs in his bag because I thought, well, if he's using bungee cords, he just hooks them onto the trees, but bungee cords isn't what he wants, you know, on this occasion. That's what he got off the Cheevy Yeti, wasn't it? Uncle Davy. Yep, he's all tooled up and ready to go. What tools have I brought? Well, so we've got plenty of tools, we just need to see a bit of action. And I'll tell you what it is. There's been mice here because those wax burners have been chewed to bits. It's like a mush. If I dry that out, it's still excellent fire starting material. And what have we got here? See, loads of bits and bobs. Just left from last time basically. Rope. I've even got the pink hammock. I've totally missed that. Very nostalgic. Many a night I've spent here, me in the pink hammock alone in the wilderness, keeping in touch with my feminine side. You know, it makes sense. You know, if anybody ever found this camp, they'd be very welcome to use any gear that's here, as long as it just doesn't destroy the place. And you know what it is, guys, I'm just waffling and now it's getting done. But you know what it is, I'm just enjoying I don't know, I'm just enjoying being out here. Right, I'll get out here. And I'm a clown. The reason why you chamfer the top of the tent stakes is to stop it mushrooming out when you hit it with the axe. I think there's only a limit to how far I can extend it. You can probably see that I've got basically trees in the way. I've probably got a good 3 metres either way inside. So I've gained about, I don't know, 2.5 foot, maybe it's a metre extra all around. Cut a long stick with a fork in the end, and I'm going to try and hook the top and raise it up. Well, I've done a bit more, but I'm getting a bit tired now, I'm getting a bit hungry, so I'm going to finish the rest later. And you know what it is, it's better than what it was the last time, it's just more spacious. Looks like a spider's web up there. I don't mind it being airy, because it's not going to be cold. It's not like there's going to be a storm or strong winds coming through. I like the idea of it being open anyway. Still quite a few gaps. But I've got a little bit more tops to add. He looks like a woodland hobo. Are you up there, Ray?
I don't know.
Does that stop the Yeti getting in later?
No.
Doesn't matter how old you are, getting out in the forest and building a den. You know what I mean? You're never too old for it. Well, we're getting a bit hungry now, so we're going to have something to eat. And we're cooking on gas just for now. Later on, we're going to have a bit of a barbecue. We've got plenty of food there. Just for quickness, just to get some food in our bellies. We're going to have some homemade broth. Look at that. It shouldn't take very long to heat up that. You know where it's at. Homemade broth. The wife made that. She's a fantastic cook. She does the beef jerky and all dehydrate as well. Well, I help, but she supervises. So what did you say there, Mum's cooking a shite, is it?
Uh-huh.
No, you never said no. I'm just trying to cause trouble as usual. Time for the what twins today, same top, same hoodies, same combat jackets. The only thing that's different is he hasn't got the good looks. I've got the good looks.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy with the pink? You missed the pink hammock, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you feel in touch with your feminine side now, do you?
Not really.
No. It'll take a while to come back. You know what it is? Just having your head warm, what a difference it makes. I think you lose something like, I'm not quite sure the number, but like, it's something like 30% of your body temperature from losing through your head. It's Easter bank holiday, so I was expecting to be a few more people in the woods and what there is just me and him, like, but you know what it is, right? I've seen a couple of cars parked, you know, like where I usually park for the forest, and apart from that there's just nobody else, and nobody ever comes in here where we are. It's too difficult to get to. You know what makes sense? So what are you going to do after you've had your tea?
Couldn't tell you.
Go and climb trees, be a monkey?
Probably.
I've got this tarp here and I've got a couple of eyelets, and what I've done is I've tied some cordage into a loop. I'm going to use this fork on the end of here, lift it up and try and hook it on the poles up there just to cover the top of the tarps, the top of the teepee. Yeah, he done it. Blooming hell, how easy was that? Oh, I'm a bit of a god today, aren't I? You know what it is? Things is going right now. You know, I've had something to eat. I just feel so happy, content. Get up there somehow and tie it. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting somewhere now. I just need to swing that tarp around, and that closes that gap off a little bit more. I'll be happy with a foot gap at the top. All I might have to do is buy a couple of extensions to the stovepipe and just have it a stove in the centre, which means it'll radiate heat all around. I'm just gonna have a simple setup tonight, just in my bivvy, hunter bivvy. It's the large version this time. The reason why I bought the large version is I can get a winter sleeping bag in and it doesn't compress it down. Also I can get me mattress in if need be, and it creates a little bit of a microclimate and it feels a bit warmer as well. The hunter small, well, I still use that, but that's more for summer, more minimal wild camping. Look at the room I've got now, guys. You know what I mean? It's just rough, you know. I've just kind of, well, I haven't made any decent tent stakes like Christopher has, but it's just basic for the night. All this has got to be sorted out. It's an absolute tip. And that's Christopher's set up in there. Loads of space. In fact, you know, when you think about it, he could have just kept in here. In fact, he can if he wants. I think what he wanted to do was build his own little shelter, because I'm practicing that in the cadets, tarps and bivvies. So he's done a canny job of that. And there's Christopher over there somewhere, skiving. Are you skiving, Christopher?
No.
You can't see what he's up to. Ah, that's a good idea. A bit of a, well, what is it? Tell us what it is.
Don't know.
Well, you know what I think it's a good idea?
Thing.
it's a good way of stopping the drafts getting into your fire. If you're sitting here in front, that's going to be like a fire reflector, quite good. Overall, I'm closing the gap. It's looking nice, but I've just got to tidy all that up. Any gossip?
Not really.
Seen Bigfoot?
Nah.
Well, I think I've got as much done as I'm going to get done tonight. It's a race against the clock, but I'll give you a bit of a look what I've done. And that doesn't look pretty at black cordage, but you know what I mean, it's tidied it up. Yeah, there's going to be 1 or 2 gaps, and in the winter I can shore it up, I can block off any gaps, but you know, when you've got a stove and a hot tent, you need a little bit of circulation anyway. But I'm just going to leave that entrance the way it is. I'm not even going to like cover it, because it's springtime now. Soon it'll be summer, it's just going to be too warm. And it's starting to get dark now, and we need to gather a little bit of wood. Catch us all in a bit. Good thing with these twigs, they're bone dry. They've been there in the shelter like for months. I think we should use some of this stuff got off Jimmy. Jimmy's, well, do you know his channel? You watch his channel, do you?
I don't watch him, but I've heard of him. Aye.
Jimmy Lundy.
Aye.
Got that off him. It's like it's wood, but it's impregnated with an accelerant. It could just be like wax, paraffin wax or something, but it's really good stuff. Got a wax burner. Now what I do is put too much wax in, and you've got to have a bit of a wick to get it going. If it's too much wax, it'll not light. You've got to basically just have, it's trial and error getting the right balance. But I like tease it apart, so there's a little bit of like paper showing. So we've got some of that to go on. Cotton wool soaked in Vaseline. What I reckon you should do is use your fire steel, like put on there, and then, or even on there, and then, because leaning down there in the pit, it's difficult, you know what I mean? You've got a table. I'm not very good at it, man. You didn't laugh if it didn't coat right. I reckon a Scandi grind are best for like fire sticks. They've got a nice, they just carve really well. That's not bad, is it?
No.
Who's it, Daddy?
Not you.
And remember, there's probably thousands of people watching you on YouTube now in the future. Right? I'll not put you off anymore. Oh hell, that was good. Have you been practicing, have you?
Not really.
Just get all the little stuff on the fire sticks and that. And when it's bone dry, it gans up so quick. Just in case where it does, or just chuck it on, it looks like you can't pull it apart. It's just gone on in one big lump. So we shouldn't have any problem. I mean, because the wood is really damp round here at the minute, so are we cheating?
Not really.
It's, do you know, as long as you get the end result, it's not cheating, is it? So this is where it's at. I'm the master, he's a slave, and you know what I mean? It's like, why have a dog and bark yourself? I've said that one a few times, haven't I?
Yeah.
But it's getting old hat now, isn't it, that joke? It's a bit like the pink hammock joke, that's getting old hat.
Just a bit.
You need to keep putting stuff on, you know. Don't think it's going to go out now. Not with Christopher on the ball. But once the fire gets big enough, you can put damp wood on and it's not going to go out once it's established. That was good, that, the way you got the fire going. It was like first attempt. Everybody on YouTube's gonna think you're a god. How many?
How many do you want? There's 10, so 5 each. 3.
Right, we're gonna get it tucked into these sausages and we're going to sauce.
Yep.
So what do you think of the night? Are you enjoying it? Better than being at home on your PlayStation, isn't it? Or Xbox, whatever. So you got any gossip, anything to say to the camera?
No.
You're a bit of a crackless person tonight, aren't you?
Just a bit.
Is that because you're shy?
Just never got anything to say.
Or are you the strong silent type? I'm lovely and full, content, and you know what it is, this is the best time of the night when you know that you've got something to look forward to by going and lying down, listen to the sounds of the forest. You know it makes sense, you know it makes sense. Epic. Bye. Well, that's a field recorder put out. It's starting to rain a little bit, just little spots of it. It was forecast for a light shower tonight, so I don't think it's going to last. It must be about 9:30 now, is it, Christopher?
Good guess, 29 minutes past.
So I'm going to get back to me shelter, let the field recorder run all night. Morning. Well, it was a bit of an uneventful night last night. I thought I heard something walking around the camp late, like early in the morning sort of thing. I was half asleep and I switched my head's torch on and it stopped, but I think it could have just been Christopher, like moving around in his like sleeping bag, make like a rustling sound. Now I've got the teepee the way I want it, I can concentrate on like other projects. Christopher started getting some wood last night for a raised bed, and he saved me a lot of work. And you know what it is, guys? It's a much better experience without alcohol. You know, normally when I'm on my own I don't drink. When I'm with Christopher I don't drink. And although I do like a few drinks with friends, you know, the next day I wake up and you notice I can't remember much. Or just get packed away, not that there's much to pack away, just my sleeping bag and my bivvy, and then we'll just head off. But I'm going to try and find a different way out of here, because on the way in there was just a few more fallen trees which made it really difficult with backpacks to get through. Virtually impenetrable. Is that a word? Impenetrable?
No.
Impregnate, what's the right word? Impregnable. I don't know. Right, we'll get packed away and we'll catch us all in a bit. Get out and do it a while camping, you know it makes sense. You know it makes sense. Does. Really does. Well, that's us all packed up and ready to go, and we've left no trace. And people always complain, well, I'm saying people always complain. There's always one that'll complain. You know, I leave the forest, right, most of the time, and I leave no trace, apart from bits of wood, you know, which returns to nature anyway. But there'll always be someone that complains I haven't really left. I've always left trace. But you know what it is, I haven't got a clue, because what I'm meaning is I've left no plastic and paper for that matter, and you know, even though paper would rot away, I leave no rubbish. Yeah, I leave a semi-permanent shelter, but you know what it is, guys, when I decide to move on, I'll take it all down and away. So these armchair whingers, I just need to just zip it. You know what I mean? Anything to say?
No.
Well, you should say something, because in 30 years time, you know, you may be thinking, oh, I wish I said this, no, I wish I said that. You know what I mean? You're being immortalised on camera for YouTube. You know what I mean? Well, we'll get away. Thank you for watching. We'll see you all in the next one.